Topic is permutation. Repetition allowed and repetition is not allowed. The first question, in how many different ways can the letters of the word tip be arranged if repetition is allowed and repetition is not allowed? As you have seen in the earlier videos, you know how you can arrange if you are given a number of letters. Our word is tip. How many words can be formed using these letters? 3 letters and 3-letter words should be formed. That can be done in 3p3 ways. That is 3 factorial ways. Number of 3-letter words that can be formed using the letters of the word tip and where repetition is not allowed is 3 factorial. How did we arrive at 3 factorial? Tip. What all words can I make with these letters? TPI, PTI, PIT, IPT and ITP. So how many words did I make? 6 words. So 6 words are possible using the 3 letters of the word tip when repetition is not allowed. So 3 factorial is 6. Same thing. When we need to form 3-letter words using 3 letters of the word tip, that will be in 3 factorial ways. These will be the 6 words. Now, what is the case when the repetition is allowed? When repetition is allowed, the words can be TTT, TTI or TPP. Repetition is allowed means letter can be repeated more than once. In this case, what will be the number of words? To find out, I'll take 3 blanks. The first blank can be filled in 3 ways. It can be T, I or P. And again, the second blank can also be filled in 3 ways because repetition is allowed. The third blank can also be filled in 3 ways. So what will this be? 3 power 3. So whenever the repetition is allowed, the number of 3-letter words that can be formed using the letters of the word tip will be 3 power 3 because we have 3 letters, right? So 3 power 3. Now when repetition is not allowed, the answer is 3 factorial. Hope you understood. Let's see the next example. In how many different ways can the letters of the word rose be arranged? Repetition is allowed and when repetition is not allowed. Let's see the first case where repetition is allowed. We have 4 letters ROSE and no letter is repeated. The answer when repetition is allowed is 4 power 4. Because if I take 4 blanks, the first one can be filled by any of the 4 letters. Into the second blank can be filled by any of the 4 letters because repetition is allowed. Third blank can be filled in any of the 4 letters. Fourth blank can be filled by any of the 4 letters, which is nothing but 4 power 4. Whenever in the exam you are asked such a question like repetition is allowed, just go with the number of letters in that word, that is 4, to the power of same number. If I am given the word bat and I need to form 3-letter words and where repetition is allowed, what will my answer be? 3 power 3. The next word, fight. If I get such a word and I am asked to find out how many 5-letter words can you form using the letters of the word fight where repetition is allowed, what will my answer be? 5 power 5 because FIGHT is a 5-letter word, so 5 power 5. Let me try another word. Spider. How many words can be formed using the letters of the word spider and repetition is allowed? What will my answer be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 power 6. Hope this makes it easy. Let's see the next bit, second bit. The second bit is repetition is not allowed. We are given the word rose. It is a 4-letter word, and so how many words can be formed using the letters of the word rose without repetition is 4 factorial. If I take 4 blanks and without repetition I am doing, the first blank can be filled in 4 ways because we are given 4 letters. So one letter is already over. The next blank can be filled in 3 ways. The next blank can be filled in 2 ways. The next blank can be filled in 1 way. So what did we get here? 4 factorial as the answer. In the exam you don't have to follow this one. Directly write it as 4 factorial. Whenever the repetition is allowed, the number of words will be 4 power 4. Whenever repetition is not allowed, we have the answer as 4 factorial. Our next question, in how many different ways can the letters of the word right be arranged when repetition is allowed? Let's see the first case. When repetition is allowed and we are given the word right, how many words can be formed? As I told you, it is a 5-letter word. So 5 power 5. Second one, when repetition is not allowed, the word here is right. Whenever repetition is not allowed, our answer is 5 factorial. Whenever repetition is allowed, our answer will be 5 power 5. The next question, in how many different ways can the letters of the word smartly be arranged when repetition is allowed and repetition is not allowed? So the first case, when repetition is allowed, smartly. Right? How many letter word is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer is 7 power 7. It is a 7-letter word and whenever repetition is allowed, we can form 7 power 7 words using these letters. Second bit, when the repetition is not allowed, our answer will be 7 factorial. Just remember, whenever repetition is allowed, you get the exponent. And whenever repetition is not allowed, you get the factorial. So when repetition is allowed, smartly, the letters of the word smartly can be arranged in 7 power 7 ways. And when repetition is not allowed, we get only 7 factorial words. Let's see the next question. In how many different ways can the letters of the word book be arranged when repetition is allowed and repetition is not allowed? In this case, be careful because we are given a word book in which the letter O is repeated twice. So whenever a letter is repeated 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, what do we need to write? We need to write the denominator. The first case, when repetition is allowed. Whenever repetition is allowed, as I told you, we need to take the exponent. It is a 4-letter word. So I'll take 4 power 4 divided by O is repeated 2 times. So 2 factorial will be our answer because we have O repeated twice in the word book. Now when repetition is not allowed, as we know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-letter word. So 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Whenever we have repeated letters in the word, in the given word, we need to write it in the denominator. So when repetition is allowed, the number of words that can be formed using letters of the word book will be 4 power 4 by 2 factorial. And when repetition is not allowed, it will be 4 factorial by 2 factorial. Let's see the next question. In how many different ways can the letters of the word miles be arranged? Repetition is allowed, repetition is not allowed. The first bit, miles. What is our word? Miles. It is a 5-letter word. So whenever repetition is allowed, we have it as 5 power 5. When repetition is not allowed, we have it as 5 factorial. So simple, right? Within a second you are able to solve. In the exam you don't have to note down the word again. Just count it in the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are given 5 letters. So when repetition is allowed, you have 5 power 5. When repetition is not allowed, you have 5 factorial. Simple, huh? In how many different ways can the letters of the word choice be arranged when repetition is allowed and repetition is not allowed? Here, if you can see, the letter C is repeated twice and it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letter word. Right? It is a 6 letter word in which C is repeated twice. Whenever repetition is allowed, what will be the answer? 6 power 6 divided by 2 factorial because C is repeated twice. Now the second one. When repetition is not allowed, we have 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Whenever repetition is allowed, we have the exponent 6 power 6 and divided by 2 factorial because C is repeated twice. Now whenever repetition is not allowed, we have the answer as 6 factorial by 2 factorial. Let's see the next question. In how many different ways can the letters of the word everything be arranged when repetition is allowed and repetition is not allowed? What is our word here? Everything. How many letter word is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is a 10 letter word. And is any letter being repeated? Let's check. E, V, E. E is repeated. E is repeated twice. V, E, R, Y, T, H, I, N, G. E is repeated twice. Whenever repetition is allowed, what will our answer be? 10 power 10 divided by 2 factorial. Because it is a 10 letter word and the repetition is allowed, so 10 power 10 divided by 2 factorial. When do we get a denominator? Only when you have repeated letters. So E is repeated twice, I am writing 2 factorial. Now when repetition is not allowed, because it is a 10 letter word, it will be 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Hope you understood the concept in this video. Thank you.